Hi everybody, this is Dino from Prehistoric Facts, and so I'll be doing a Q&A episode today, and if it's a little bit windy out here, sorry about that. It's how the weather is right now here in Wisconsin, and so right now I'll be doing a Q&A episode, and so this was supposed to be the episode that was supposed to actually happen back in early March, but since that the whole thing about the virus and all that sorts of stuff actually happened, and so so me trying to do episodes like Q&A and special episodes and extra episodes kind of got put on hold. So now I'm able to do them because it's whenever the weather's nice outside, whenever it's like sunny and hopefully not too much wind again. I'll actually be able to do a Q&A episode outdoors. And special episodes would actually still be the PowerPoint versions, and so you'll actually get to have a little bit of learning experience. I get to see photos of certain prehistoric animals and artwork and all that sorts of stuff. And extra episodes would actually be probably a combination of both PowerPoint and me talking in front of a camera. So there probably will be segments where I will be doing me in front of the camera type of stuff. And so, but yeah. Anyway, let's actually get right down to the questions. And so these are questions that were sent to me a long time, over a month ago. So all you YouTubers and Facebook followers that are actually been keeping up with me, or trying to keep up with me. So this one would actually be a Q&A episode for all of you that actually sent questions to me over a month ago. So let's actually get to it, shall we? So let's start with the YouTube questions. So it's Aaron. I have seen a lot of debate about the diet of Dilophosaurus. Some people think it ate fish due to the kink in its jaw, or others think it ate small animals. What do you think? That's a very good question. So Dilophosaurus was one of the first large theropod dinosaurs, or meat-eating dinosaurs. And so what could it possibly eat? And if you look at the skull of a Dilophosaurus, you actually will, if you ignore the two crests, and you look at the jawline, especially in the upper jaw, you see it has a little bit of a notch, kind of like a crocodilian type of notch, right near the front of the jawline. And so some paleontologists believe that that's an ability to actually catch fish, or that sorts of stuff. But I would actually say it probably did both, catch fish and small animals. So probably would actually be near the shallows, catching some big fish, and then you actually have animals that are actually small enough for it to actually take down. So small dinosaurs, small reptiles, even some small mammals when they're younglings, when Dilophosaurus are younglings, and so on and so forth. So I'd say it's both. I'd say it would actually be hunting fish and small animals. I would still think it would actually be hunting mostly dinosaurs first. If there's nothing there for no dinosaurs around, then it's environment, then it can actually just go straight towards the lakes or rivers and actually just catch some fish. And so another gust of wind here, so sorry about that, guys. And so that answers your question. And Luke Slachter, and I know you got some questions for me. Who will win, Utah Raptor or Grizzly Bear? Even though those two have never met each other, and they never lived in the same timeline. So because Utah Raptor was around, say, 20 million years ago, and then you actually have a grizzly bear that is still alive today. They're nearly similar in size, but I would actually say that the grizzly bear would actually have the advantage, and that is a bigger brain, a much compelling, more complex intellect, and then it actually would have the power necessary to take down a Utah Raptor. Even though Utah Raptor could still use its speed and its deadly claws, but the grizzly bear's got more firepower than a Utah Raptor, and so Utah Raptor probably would not actually last very long against the grizzly bear. But even though Utah Raptor could actually win if it was probably, like, say, if the grizzly bear was injured enough, but I would say the grizzly bear has the advantage on that one. And then your second question, who would win, Allosaurus or Gorgosaurus? That one's so even right now, even though they're nearly similar in size. It all depends on what kind of Allosaurus you're talking about. Is it Allosaurus fragilis, or is it Allosaurus jamatsoni, or is it like Allosaurus europus? So I would probably say Gorgosaurus would probably have a little bit of an advantage. So those would probably be so I would probably say that Gorgosaurus would probably have a slight edge over Allosaurus. And so that answers your question. Benjamin from Hong Kong, so these go to the Facebook questions. Why does Camarasaurus have long teeth? To strip leaves from the branches. If you look at Camarasaurus and Brachiosaurus, their teeth are kind of long, so they're actually able to strip leaves from branches. They're not going to be eating ferns that much. They could, but they probably would be eating more stuff from the trees. And so a lot of leaves and so on and so forth. But of course, they can't chew. They have to swallow their food whole and that sort of thing. The Carcharodontosaurus break off the spine off of Spinosaurus. Well, if you actually look at the Planet Dinosaur series by BBC that was released, I believe, in 2014, you actually will see a fight between a Carcharodontosaurus and Spinosaurus whenever it was scarce. Now, could that have happened? It's a possibility, but since that Spinosaurus is more of a specialist, so I'd probably say those two are going to avoid each other, most likely. To do that, to break off a spine off of Spinosaurus, a tall spine of Spinosaurus. So I would say that it probably rarely happened. I think that was probably a missing piece from that vertebrae of Spinosaurus. Could Dinosaurs be bigger than T-Rex? No. But even though we don't know how big certain dinosaurs could really get, so it's still debatable whether or not how some dinosaurs are really sized, because the skeleton can only tell you so much. Can tell you a little bit about it, especially like how big was that adult, or how big was that juvenile, that sort of thing. But mostly with adults. And also the vertebrae, how much cartilage was actually in between the vertebrae, and also was there cartilage like in the joints too. So you gotta find out whether or not the cartilage would actually make the animal longer and also taller as well. So I would say that Dinosaurs probably could not get to the length of T-Rex or as tall as T-Rex, but yeah, it's still up for debate. But I would say no for right now. How come Triceratops was not in Jurassic Fight Club? Money. Alright, Jody from Kentucky. Which dinosaur prehistoric creatures is less represented in the media? That is a very good question. There's so many dinosaurs that I could choose from that are probably going to be totally misrepresented in the media. But in terms of theropod dinosaurs, I'm going to have to go with Acrocanthosaurus, even though it actually has a lot of attention with the Monsters Resurrected episode, but I still think it needs to actually get a little bit more time in the spotlight. But there's so many dinosaurs you can choose from, like any type of ceratopsian, sauropod, hadrosaur, ankylosaur. Ankylosaurs are probably the most poorly represented of all the dinosaurs in terms of the media, because not a lot of attention is brought upon them, and so the only ones that you know of is Ankylosaurus, and that's probably a little bit of a problem, I think. In terms of other prehistoric creatures, the Permian animals seem to get a little bit more love. And a nice gust of wind here. Sorry about that, guys. And probably in terms of mammals, probably the hoof predators a little bit more. The hoof predators deserve a little bit more of a chance in the spotlight. Like Andrewsarchus. Even though Andrewsarchus has been in the media for a while. Sorry, the camera's a bit shaky because of the wind. But yeah, any kind of prehistoric creature that's not represented in the media, especially animals that are not like T-Rex, Smilodon, Brachiosaurus, those types of animals, because there's so many out there. And Brendan from Morris, New York. Is it possible Tyrannosaurus, Allosaurus, Carcharodontosaurus, and other theropods has Gular skin like birds do? And so, for anybody that know, Gular skin is actually the type of skin that is kind of like underneath the throat of certain birds. Like if you see certain birds inflate a pouch on their throat, it's because it's for display structure. And I'd probably say certain theropods probably did. Tarbosaurus is a very good example. Tarbosaurus has been found with some preserved skin, and basically skin that is actually like in the underside of the neck here, and it seems like it is like a pouch, and probably Tarbosaurus probably inflated that to actually show mates, like showing off to mates, showing off to other species of dinosaurs, and also of course mating ritual. Like the males have much more brightly colored throat pouches and all that. I think Tyrannosaurs are more likely to have them. Allosaurs, that's a possibility, but I still think it uses their crests more often, especially, and also the Carcharodontosaurus. Spinosaurs would actually probably just use their spines and all that. But that's a very good question. I like that question. That is a very good question there, Brendan. All right, that's it for now. So next week I'll be doing a special episode, so I'll let you guys know what prehistoric animal I'm going to talk about. So stay tuned for that. And I'll still continue to do Facebook Live videos. So any of you YouTubers that are not on Facebook, even though it's unfortunate that you don't get to see my live videos, but if you are on Facebook, find Prehistoric Facts with Dino Chris. Like the page, you can also get alerts to all the live videos that I actually do. I try to do them in the morning, so that way I actually can get those done as quickly as possible. And there are all sorts of topics. And some of the topics that I have covered on a Facebook Live video, I'll get a little bit more in depth in certain extra episodes. So probably in a couple weeks, you'll actually get to see a extra episode of Prehistoric Facts, and I'll probably talk about a certain topic in paleontology, so stay tuned for that. But you guys, you guys can still send me questions about dinosaurs or any other Prehistoric Life by emailing me, dinochris71@gmail.com, or just go on my Facebook page, Prehistoric Facts with Dino Chris. Like the page, you actually post your questions on the wall or in the comment section, but mostly in the comment section. And also for YouTubers out there, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel, and also hit that bell so that way you can get notified whenever I post a new video on YouTube, and so on and so forth. And so stay tuned, and so you can get to, and also you can put your questions out in the comment section, and feel free to put your questions in the comment section, and of course keep your questions short to the point. You can also follow me on Twitter at CSGRALL. That's my Twitter page. I post pretty cool stuff on there. Also take care of technology, and also for younger people like that, make sure to listen to your parents, your teachers, and your guardians. It's the best motivation to have a good education. It's very important to have a good education. So with a good education, you can get a good job in the future. We all need some sort of education in times like this, where we are at home and trying to do something and probably try to learn something new. So hopefully I'm probably one of the outlets so that you guys can actually learn something new, especially with paleontology and geology. Alright, that's it for now. And also, YouTubers, if you are familiar with me, and also Facebook, you can actually check out Colossal Fossils. Their Facebook page, Colossal Fossils. Like the page, you can also check out the website. And check that out. And since I do work for Colossal Fossils, hopefully we can actually get the museum back open once things start settling down a little bit more. But so anyway, that's it for now, and I'll see you guys next week.